Today's classic matchday programme is Chester City FC versus Northampton Town. Canon League Division 4, Wednesday 5th of February 1986, kick-off 7:30pm. Official matchday magazine, Chester City, 40 pence. 1986 prices. Right, we start on page 2 with a fairly regular advert for that time, which was Woodland Furnishing Limited, Grove Arcade, Wilmslow. All leading makes of furniture and carpets. Contract supplies a speciality. Wonder if they're still going. Right, on to page 3. We've got the details about Chester, the stadium, Sealand Road, Chester, CH14LW. Telephone number, chairman, which was Eric Barnes, and vice chairman, managing director was Ray Crofts. And then there's various other people. Patron at the time was the Duke of Westminster. And then the manager was the legendary Harry McNally, with a legendary youth team coach of Cliff Sear. Right, we've got details from the secretary's desk. Good evening and a warm welcome to all the staff, players, directors and supporters from Northampton Town Football Club. And a special good evening to all our own supporters. The reason I'm writing this column is because Mr H McNally has been so busy trying to add to the squad that his spare time has been taken up. It is amazing that due to the success he and his players are bringing to the club, more and more demands on their time is being called for. Something I'm not sure not one of us mind. Just keep it up, boss. May I thank the fans who travel to our fixtures away from Sealand Road for their support and good behaviour at away grounds. There's nothing nicer than to hear good, healthy cheering and singing after you travel to an away ground. Please keep up the vocal support for the boys, but mainly keep it clean. Enjoy tonight's match. And that's from the secretary. And it also says, could you please make a note that the Mansfield Town away game will now be played on Tuesday 4th of March 1986. Kick-off 7:30 instead of Wednesday 5th of March 1986. Thank you. Right, the man in charge today, Tom Fitzharris, who was a sales director for a group of builders merchants. Married with 2 sons, he commenced refereeing in 1970, progressing via Bolton local leagues and the Lancashire combination. He enjoys watching all sports and playing golf. He officiated at the local, he's officiated as a referee in local finals and lined the European Cup Winners' Cup quarter-final match in 1982. So he was a good pedigree, wasn't he? Right, we've got an advert for Taylor and Fairman Decorators. Estimates given free. And also Border Brakes. Open 7 days a week for brakes and clutches, shock absorbers, fan belts, cylinders and kits. All vehicles, car, commercial, agricultural and industrial. 32 to 34 Chester Street, Saltney. I wonder if they're still going. Right, on to page 4. Right, tonight's visitors, Northampton Town. Our first meeting with tonight's visitors was not until season 1958-59. And for a while, Chester FC were probably wishing that it never happened, as the Cobblers won 5 and drew 1 of the first 6 games between the clubs. Since that time, however, honours have turned out to be remarkably even. At Sealand Road, we've gained 7 wins and 4 draws and suffered 2 defeats, with 25 goals scored and 15 conceded. At the county ground, which no longer exists, the statistics are virtually reversed. We've won just twice, drawn 4 and lost 8 with 15 goals for and 26 against. So it tells you other things about Northampton, but notably the manager at the time was Graham Carr, which is this guy there. Now Graham Carr is known as Alan Carr, the comedian's father. So if anyone saw a Changing Ends sort of comedy drama that was recently on ITV, that's Graham Carr, Alan Carr's dad. And he was the manager of Northampton Town, which if you watch that programme, you'll know a bit more about it. But yeah, good connection there. So just as the team there, the various players, which obviously Northampton Town fans will be familiar with. And I'll go through the team later on in this programme review. So we've got an advert here, Peter C. Riches, football programmes. He's based in Middlesex, programmes wanted and collectors. We've got chess, car, van and minibus hire, Parkgate service station. And put yourself in Brian Robson's boots. NB, New Balance Soccer, suppliers to Chester City Football Club. Chester City players wear New Balance boots. There you go. Okay, so scene 4. Congratulations to Harry McNally on gaining his 2nd Bells Manager of the Month award. Harry has now received 2 awards in the last 3 months. He shares the divisional awards with Kenny Dalgleish, Division 1, Chris Catlin, Division 2 and Brian Hamilton, Division 3. The award was given to Harry in recognition of our results in January, where we had wins against Port Vale, Tranmere Rovers, Halifax Town, and Torquay United, which ensured Harry the second gallon of Bell Scotch whisky. We started February with a win at Hereford, so who knows what this month will bring. Maybe we'll get another bottle. Well done, Harry, and here's to the next one. So we've got tonight's other games, which were Hartlepool United against Preston, North End, and Mansfield Town versus Tranmere Rovers. So at this time, Saturday 1st of February 1986, Chester were top of the Division 4, Swindon second. It was an epic season, very well known to all Chester fans. Reserve report, FA Youth Cup replay, Port Vale, lost 3-0. Chester's hopes of a Youth Cup glory ended at a cold and damp Vale Park. But despite the scoreline, the game could quite easily have gone Chester's way. We have an advert for BNFL Capenhurst, supports your local club. BNFL at the heart of the nuclear power, alongside a city rich in history, a factory enrich in the future. We've got an advert for T. Jones Motor Services, Rostow Industrial Estate, Wrexham. And then a full-page advert, which was quite common at this time for this particular company, NWS, Northwest Securities Limited, Northwest House, City Road, Chester. Employed a lot of people back in the 80s and 90s. Yeah, the worry-free way to buy your next car. Right, we have the stats here for Chester. That season, it was usually Butcher in goals, and then we had Glenn, Lane, Holden, Gage, Coy, Kelly, and then it was a mixture of Graham, Rimmer, Kelly, Greenough, and then Rimmer, Fox, number 10 was Fox, Houghton, whichever way you want to say it, Brett, Murray's a mixed bag at number 10. And then number 11, again, a mixed bag. It was Brett, there was Houghton, Bennett. And then subs, quite a few. There was Brian Croft, Brett, Evans, Greenough, Murray. Quite a lot there. Anyway, the next game at the stadium. Now, the stadium was what Chester called the ground. It was Sealand Road to the fans, but officially it was called the stadium. It's Saturday, 15th of February, 1986 versus Rochdale. Kick-off 3 p.m. It was a good old ground, proper ground, that one. Right, we have an advert for SAS, Safe Access Scaffolding, Lightfoot Street, Chester, scaffold erection and hire. Also hirers of trestles, towers, ladders and staging. Staging. Today's mascot is, tonight's Safe Access Scaffolding mascot, let's not forget the sponsors, is Andrew Short. Andrew, who attends Blake High School, likes snooker and darts, as well as football, and his favourite City player is, of course, Stuart Rimmer. What a player he was. Right, advert for David Cross, Fuel Injection and Auto Electrician Services, Unit 5, Broughton Mills Road, Bretton, Chester. Club shop news, at these prices, we're giving them away. February sale, replica shirts, size 22-24, down to £6.50. Replica shirts, size 26-28, down to £7. Hooded tops, silly prices. Sizes 26-28, only £8. And sizes 34-36, only £9. Hurry while stocks last. Epic. Classics. Right, now we're going on to some action shots here. We've got Ian Richardson left. Follows his shot into the Torquay net after his first goal. That was the old main stand at the stadium, Sealand Road. Tyre Services, Great Britain, everyone's favourite team. Extra special discount. They're based down Unit 1A, Stadium Industrial Estate, opposite Chester City Stadium. City topics. Tonight we welcome Northampton Town to the stadium for tonight's Canon League game. The Cobblers are one of the league's highest scoring teams away from home, and we should be in for a hard and entertaining game. Please get behind the lads from the beginning of tonight's game and hopefully help us to gain another 3 valuable points. A certain well-known City supporter of many years has turned down a VIP visit to Anfield on April 12th. Why, you may ask? He must be mad. The answer is quite simple. City are playing at home and he wouldn't miss a City League game for anything. Don't know who the VIP was. We've received a letter from Mr. T.N. Richardson, who was Regional Sales Manager for the Northwest Region of Burma, Castrol UK Limited. He'd like to convey sincere thanks to the Chairman and Director of Chester City for their kind hospitality on the 11th of January 1986. Entries are now being accepted for the sports quiz, Thursday 13th of March at the Sports and Social Club. And it says about if you'd like to use the social club or the Grosvenor Lounge for a party, wedding or other functions, contact the club steward. And there, many people, including visiting teams and officials, have commented on the excellent condition of the playing surface at the stadium. The pitch is a credit to our groundsman Gary Kent and his staff, and is the result of all the hard work that they put into the ground. The entire ground looks much neater and smarter than it has for many years. Please assist Gary by keeping off the pitch at all times. Agents are being required for lottery and bingo tickets for the club. Generous commission is given on all tickets sold. Player ties on sale in the promotions office, only £5.50. Buy yours now. Then we have the quiz spot. So I'll ask you one of these here. Which defender did Everton sign from Scunthorpe United in November? Have a think about it and I'll come back to it. We've got an advert here. Score every time with Chester's leading newspaper, the Chester Observer, full sports coverage and best match reports. A paper that no longer exists. Hasn't existed for a long time. Right, an advert for the Ponderosa, which I've mentioned this in a previous programme review, but this was a very popular place. I think it's a Wetherspoons now, but there's a great deal for everyone every day at Ponderosa Steak and Salad Restaurant. A wide selection of tender steaks, fish, seafood and chicken. Main dishes include jacket potato or French fries, warm roll and butter, and all-you-can-eat salad buffet. Delicious burgers and sandwiches. The world's biggest, best salad buffet. A large variety of vegetables and toppings freshly prepared every day. That was at 88 to 94 Gate Street, Chester, and no booking was necessary. Right, from the archives here, the Record Breakers. This is this evening on our focus page. We remember a landmark in Chester's league history. The photograph below, which has been reproduced with kind permission of the Daily Post, is believed to be unique. It shows Frank Wrightson scoring one of the 4 goals during Chester's record league victory. It's 50 years ago last Saturday that Chester achieved their highest victory to date as a Football League side, when on Saturday, February the 1st, 1936, they defeated York City by 12 goals to nil at the stadium, Sealand Road, in a Division 3 Northern Section match. In a special feature, we describe the events of that extraordinary afternoon half a century. The headlines in the local press made exciting reading. Chester's deluge of goals, declared the Chronicle, and further added, forward revelry in the sea of mud, and Chester's round dozen, a club record, whilst the Liverpool Daily Post used the goalkeeper's ordeal as its caption leader. So it basically says a few more things about it there, the teams, etc. And from the kick-off, York were the first to attack, but Guy Wharton dispossessed outside left spooner. Wharton later played for Wolves and Portsmouth, with whom he gained a cup winners' medal. As Chester counter-attacked, Bill Horseman outpaced Hathwaite and crossed, but Frank Wrightson was unable to connect. There you go. What a win, 12-0. So we have an follow Chester with Chester's #1 newspaper, which is the Chester Chronicle, which I think still does exist. Read Ian Bedford, he wrote for them for years, every Friday. 150 years of tradition of mitre, sole official supplier of footwear to the Football Association School of Excellence, and then the Mitre Delta. We all remember the Mitre Delta balls, don't we? And they were the sole manufacturer and supplier to the Football Association and Football League of the exclusive Delta Design official match day, available from all leading sports retailers. Okay, it's a good programme, this one. Score with the even leader, and it carries on the report there about the game. I'd be here forever reading it all out, but basically I'll finish with the last couple of paragraphs. It's got, as if City hitting a dozen wasn't enough, there were 209 goals in the 41 league matches that afternoon, which equalled the league record set up on January the 2nd, 1932, when Chester did play a league match, incidentally. Not only were there 12 at Chester, but also in the northern section, 11 at Crewe, Chesterfield 165, 7 at Accrington, and 6s at Darlington, Halifax, Lincoln, Tranmere and Walsall. One disappointing fact, though, was that the crowd only numbered 4,000, very low for that season, mainly believing that the game would not be on and preferring to stay by their firesides. How they must have regretted it. It's interesting to note that although there are only 4 goal scorers, Wrightson with 4, Sargent with 4, Horseman with 2, Cresswell with 2, no player scored consecutive goals. What a game that was. And we finished with a full-page advert for Canon in a league of their own, Canon T70. Canon manufactures of cameras, videos, calculators, copiers, computers, copy phones, I wonder what they were, typewriters and micrographics. And we finish with the teams for today's game. Advert at the top there for Chester's own expert on fur alteration, Chris Courtney-Williams. We offer all fur services, plus we clean or tint leather, sheepskin or suede garments. Hey, how times changed. I don't think you'd see one of those adverts now on a programme. The Chester team then in royal blue shirts and white shorts. Ray Cashley, he was a good goalie. David Glenn, Martin Lane, Ricky Greenough, Graham Abel, Bobby Coy, John Kelly, the legendary Milton Graham, Ian Richardson, Peter Horton, Gary Bennett and Barry Butler. Now the Northampton team, white shirts and white shorts. Peter Glazier in goals, Graham Reid, Brian Mundy, Phil Chard, Russell Lewis, Keith McPherson, Warren Donald, Ian Benjamin, Mark Schiavi, apologies if I've got that wrong, Trevor Morley, Richard Hill and Adrian Mann. And the team check, tonight's Mitre Delta match ball is kindly donated by Mr. Chris Fleet, Ashworth Sons and Barrett, stockbrokers, 0161 832 4812. Referee T. Fitzharris, we mentioned him earlier on, from Bolton, and the linesmen were P. Newton from Warrington with the red flag, J. E. Tong from Bolton with the yellow flag, and we finish with the first Chester to Liverpool regular express coach service. No advance booking needed, the Crosville. So you want to know the answer to that question before? And I shall give you that now. Just scan through the programme, back to where the quiz was. Okay, yeah, I asked, which defender did Everton sign from Scunthorpe United in November? So that would have been November 1985, I'm taking it. And the answer was Neil Poynton. Well done if you got that. I hope you've enjoyed this programme. Chester against Alan Carr's dad's team, Graham Carr, Northampton Town, 1986. If you've enjoyed this programme, give it a like, share it, and please subscribe to my channel, Hayden's Mini Adventures. It's completely free and always will be, and it helps me, motivate to make more programme reviews. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Thanks a lot. See you soon. Bye.